What's up, guys? Welcome back to Latin Chopsticks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, this is going to be the last video of the Punta Cana adventures here at the Lopesan Casino, Spa, and Hotel Resort. With that said, I am super excited because we're going to be going to the one restaurant that I was kind of really excited about, and it's going to be El Asador. Now, this is a steak-focused restaurant, so I'm really excited to see how the steak is going to be in this restaurant, try to see if it's going to be any if it's going to be worth it or anything like that. I will say, because of the mistake I made on the first day where I wasn't able to make a reservation because I was doing the options wrong, I did miss out on having dinner at the Inari, which is a beautiful looking Japanese restaurant where they all have a la carte menu where you can just go and order what you want and eat. And honestly, I passed by there a few days ago and the food looked phenomenal. And on the other hand, you also have a chance to do like a type of a teppanyaki show, kind of like, trying to think of, I think it's Kobe's or even Benihana's, I believe, in the States. So it is an option to do that. However, because we're unable to do more than one reservation a day, we ended up choosing El Asador, which is a steak restaurant. I'm super excited. It's gonna be the way to end the trip. It's gonna be the restaurant. We're gonna have dinner literally the day before my wife and I leave. So really excited. I am pretty hungry. I can't wait to head out. We made it to the restaurant. This one is literally right across from, like, if I move the camera to the right, you'll see Maria's, which is where we were, I believe, 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to still decide on how I'm gonna do these videos. This is definitely gonna be the last video. For you guys, it might be the second to last video I record, but because this is the last fancy restaurant we're gonna be going to that needs reservations, so I do wanna leave this one to last. With that said, I've been looking over the menu. Honestly, things look freaking delicious here, but as you know, in pretty much consistent pattern, we have our breads as well. I'm gonna go ahead and same thing as before. I'm not really gonna focus too much on them. I will say these feel a lot more fresh than the other ones that we've had all week. I don't know if it's just because this restaurant is a lot busier than the other ones. They're not as crumbly, or they're not crumbly actually. I do like the butter. The butter here is basically, it's either lemon zest or cilantro in it, some sort of green. Let's go ahead and try this out here. Oh my God. Yeah, the bread here is definitely a lot fresher than the other ones. It's probably just luck, to be honest. I did see a few appetizers before coming here, or before I started recording, and I'm gonna order like 4 appetizers because they all sound amazing, and then we're gonna get into the main dishes. So enough talking, I'll see you guys when the food's out. All right guys, this one right here is something I've never had before. So it is shrimp, but it's also baby eels, and I don't know if my wife knows that. I've never had this. I'm actually a little bit nervous to try these, but I'm gonna go ahead and try them out right now just for you guys. So we have baby eels. It's like they're full. I'm gonna try not to look too much, but yeah. So let's go ahead and a little bit of onion, and let's go ahead and try a little bit of shrimp. Like just one of the shrimps, a little bit of the sauce. Let's try this baby out and see how it is. All right guys, bottoms up. I'll go ahead and try one of the eels by themselves. It honestly just tastes a little bit like octopus. At the bottom here, you have some delicious mashed yuca. That's really good. I'm gonna leave the rest of it for my wife because she really wants it. This is delicious. Okay, guys, the next thing we're gonna try out is this beef tartare that they brought out for us. Check this out. So this came with a raw egg on the top. It looked kind of small, so it might be a raw Cornish hen egg. I'm not really sure. If not, it's just a yolk. Basically, you mix that up. You get a little bit here, pull it out here. Hold on, let me try to get a little bit more. It's basically straight up raw beef. Let's go ahead and just dip it a little bit into this sauce here. Let's go ahead and try this beauty out and see how it is. Okay, guys, beef tartare is usually pretty delicious. That's some diced up black olives. This cream is just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not sour cream because it doesn't have any sourness to it, but it has very similar consistency to it. I think this is nata, which is like milk and butter. Piece of the Parmesan cheese. All right guys, the next plate here is pastrami hummus. It is hummus. It has like pastrami mixed into it. You guys gotta check this out. This looks delicious. I wanna try to hurry because it has a little bit of olive oil on the top. You have 2 pieces of bread, but I wanna try it on its own. I've been trying to figure out what this is. I'm gonna try a little bit. It looks like caviar, but I don't think that's caviar. I'm gonna go ahead and try it out and see what it is. But man, this looks amazing. I can't wait. All right. It's mashed up I don't even know how to call that, but it's basically black olives turned into a paste almost. Talking about black olives, this is the most matte black olive I have ever seen in my life. I love the real strong flavor though of black olives though. Yeah, a little bit of hummus, a little bit of pastrami. Let's put a little bit on this pita chip here. Bottoms up. Wow. Never did I think adding meat to a vegetarian dish like this would taste so freaking amazing. You have like the smokiness that's coming through the pastrami, a little bit of that vinaigrette from the pastrami with some fresh tomatoes, that cotija cheese. Man, this is absolutely delicious. I don't think that's cotija, by the way. I think that's feta cheese, but it's absolutely delicious. I really do wish that they had added more of the pita chips, but sorry, I'm gonna have one more bite, and I'm gonna give the rest to my wife. I love hummus, so I might be biased, but this is absolutely delicious. All right, guys, this next one is called their mixed pies. It's basically 4 empanadas. I know one of them's chicken, the other one's pork, the other one's beef, and there's one that's mixed, so I don't really know exactly what they are, but let's go ahead and check these out. So here you are, decent in size, nice and airy, freshly made. There's a consomme to have, and I don't have no idea what that is. I'm actually gonna dip a little bit just to try that out, because I have no idea what that is. That looks like just regular strawberry cream, but this isn't a dessert, so I'm confused. Let's go ahead and try this out. All right, first one in, here we go. So the dough's a little thick. I think this one's a vegetarian one. The inside is filled with like onions. I'm sorry, not onions, mushrooms. It looks like some greens, and it looks like almost like it's cooked in a curry sauce, but it doesn't taste like curry. It kind of reminds me of tandoori, to be honest with you, but let's go ahead and dip it into that consomme. Let's try that out. I still have no idea what that is. I might have to get a fork and try that, but let's go ahead and try this bite with the consomme on there. Guys, here we go. Oh, with that consomme, it's delicious. All right, guys, awesome. So the main dishes came out. This looks phenomenal. Let's go ahead and start checking them out. All right, guys, this right here is the grilled octopus that is on top of the mashed potatoes with some sauces, beautiful garnish, and some carrots. That looks delicious. The char looks amazing. I can't wait to try that. This right here is the sirloin. You have that beautiful compound butter on there. You have some roasted like pearl potatoes, I believe, and some grape tomatoes, I believe it is. And then this one right here is my wife's. I told her to go ahead and start digging in. This right here is the sirloin with chimichurri. This looks phenomenal. So let's go ahead and start with the octopus. Let's go ahead and try the bottom here. Service is fantastic when we're here, but beautiful char. Oh my God. Cooked to the perfect point. It is caramelized, so it is grilled, but it has like a teriyaki sauce on it. Mashed potato itself, super creamy. And carrots are cooked, but not enough to be mushy. They still have a little bit of an oomph to it. I'm gonna eat another part of the skinny leg, and then I'm gonna give the rest to my wife. Yeah, that's pretty dang good. It's not chewy. It's not soft either. It's right in between. I can't tell if this is cooked perfectly or if it's not cooked just right, being completely honest. When you bite down into it, it almost breaks down like a paste in your mouth. Like the outside, the skin, super elastic, and it almost like melts like a paste. The inside, a little bit of a chew, but it's not tough. Char flavor comes through really well though. And again, these potatoes, potatoes here in general have been phenomenal. All right, this right here is gonna be the chimichurri. There's a lot of fat on this piece. Or not chimichurri, I'm sorry, like the sirloin topped with chimichurri. I guess they call this the chimichurri. This looks exactly like the consomme. Flavor's completely different. Oh boy, that fatty piece is full of flavor, but it is tough. Oh wow, it seems like they didn't take the cartilage out, but the meat itself is good, but they forgot to take the cartilage, like that leathery skin that's like attached to the meat, the membrane. So the end piece on this side is a little bit tough, but the rest of it, where the main brain is not at, is delicious. However, I did ask for it medium, and this is completely well done. So it could have been more tender. We'll try here, the potato pieces. Perfectly cooked, still has a little bit of a oomph to it when you bite down. Yeah, this is, honestly, this is delicious, the chimichurri especially. Okay, now I'm getting to the thicker part of the meat, and it looks like on the thicker part, and I'll show you guys in a second once I'm done cutting, it's cooked to medium. I would argue medium well, but it is the thicker part. But if you get to the thinner part, you can see here that it's cooked well done. Not bad. Again, if it wasn't because the flavor was so good, I probably wouldn't eat it, but the flavor is phenomenal. And with this amazing chimichurri, oh my gosh, it is so freaking delicious. And personally, I'm used to chimichurri being more of a mix of the vegetables rather than it being so saucy, but I'm gonna grab a slight piece of the ribeye. I'm gonna let my wife have the ribeye because this is pretty tough for her. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of it. Then we have a whole nother platter. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's insane. Part of me kind of regrets ordering it because it's a lot. Let's check that ribeye out though. This right here is the ribeye, as I mentioned before. It has 2 large asparaguses on it. You have the same potato and tomatoes on the side. You have that compound butter, which I'll have her try real quick. Let me see if I can move this to the side. I'm gonna cut this end piece and try it out. It's a very small table for all the plates that we got. Normally people don't order this much. I got a lot of fat on that piece, but you can see that that ribeye is cooked to medium. Oh my God, what a huge difference. Jesus Christ. That one's super soft, super tender. However, let me go ahead and remove the extra layers of fat. They're delicious, but it's just too much, especially because I still have a whole nother plate to go. Remove some of the fat, once again, cooked perfectly medium. Stick it in that chimichurri. Normally they don't come together. It doesn't come with chimichurri, but you could probably just order it on the side. Honestly, the steak doesn't need anything. It's pretty dang delicious. For a ribeye, it is kind of thinly cut, and I kind of wish it was thicker. With that said, it's all inclusive. You want more, order another one. You're good to go there. Wow, that's really good. I'm gonna enjoy a couple of minutes, the rest of this food here, before I tackle this platter. I really regret ordering this now. Oh my gosh. All right guys, we got the last dish. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this, in all honesty. I'm kind of nervous. I don't wanna leave a lot of food behind. I think I can, I just don't want to do that. But this is their barbecue platter for 2 people. It literally says it says for 2 people. But I'm so used to US portions from most places, especially steakhouses, where they kind of gimp you on food. This is insane. You guys gotta check this out. So of course you have 2 giant baked potatoes, chimichurri, it looks like gravy, 2 corns, 3 pieces of what looks like to be short rib, 2 grilled chickens, 2 pork short ribs, I guess, and then I'm not really sure what that is. I don't know if that's like a filet mignon, I'm not really sure. And then you have these beautiful fried plantains, and then you have, of course, a sausage there. I'm gonna try my best. I am not a competitive eater, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat anywhere near all of this, but we're gonna go ahead and dig in, try everything out, and see how it is. Again, I am really nervous, but I guess there's nothing to do it but to just get started and see how it can go. All right, guys, we're gonna try the corn here. All right, sorry, I was getting another plate because this is just insane to tackle without having another plate. I love the corn here. It is very dry. It's not juicy corn like in the United States. But they put like the steak drippings on it. All right, first things first, let's try whatever this is right here. It looks like a very thinly cut T-bone steak, to be honest with you. I thought it was a short rib, but this one's nice, it's tender. Believe it or not, it's a little bit over seasoned. I think they put oregano in this, and it's really strong. Like, I'm not really even tasting the steak, I'm tasting mostly just oregano. And it's so thin that, of course, this is well done, which is not okay for me. I'll try another bite just to see if I can get something else, but I'm telling you, it's like overwhelming flavor of oregano. Yeah, not good. The next thing is exactly the same thing, just thicker. This, I think, is the filet mignon. Being honest with you guys, they're good, but I feel like they're cheap cuts of meat. I don't blame them because this isn't all-inclusive, and you know, I mean, I know you already technically paid for it in the price of the all-inclusive, but they gotta feed so many people, it would cost way too much money for them to have like nice cuts of meat. Maybe I'm making excuses for them. I don't know, maybe I'm just more understanding, I'm not really sure. Comment in the section below what you guys think. With that said, let's try this out. I'm gonna cut into this real quick. So it's a little bit pink in the middle. It looks extremely dry, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna dip it a little bit into this gravy. Let's try this out. Let's try another piece. I feel like the gravy's kind of strong. Just the steak, let's try it out. Super soft, super tender, a little dry, but I think the filet mignon tends to be on the leaner side, but it's very tender. Not bad. It's good on salt and pepper, but it feels like it's missing something. It could be like maybe a little bit of compound butter. Yeah, let's try this. My wife has a little bit left from hers. Let's try a piece of it. Honestly, it's not bad. It's just really dry and really tender. Great flavors. I just wish it was juicier. All right, my wife already took a little bit of this plantain. I'm gonna just make sure it's the same or better quality than the ones at the buffet. Oh, yep, amazing, perfectly cooked Dominican plantain. All right, we're gonna go ahead and try and go to this one. This just looks like a pork chop. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of the charred side here. Oh boy, oh God. This is drier than the freaking desert that was at Dubai before all this rainfall. This is insanely dry, oh my gosh. You can see the oregano on the outside. I'm hoping it's not a mistake from the first pork chop or whatever this was, because it's just, I mean, that looks terrible. I'm gonna try it, but we'll see. It's because they have like really lean pieces. I don't know why, but it's just. Oh wow, sorry. I'm trying not to like be too exaggerative. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. I'm trying to get a little bit of the fat in there. I'm gonna dip it in the chimichurri to see if that changes anything. A little bit better, but it does not go together with chimichurri at all. There, guys, I'm gonna try a piece of the sausage. At least if I show that I tackled it a bit, we should be okay. But, oh man, sausage has a beautiful pink color on the inside. The outside honestly looks like it could have been charred a little bit more evenly. It looks like they just put it on two main sides and that's it. But let's go ahead and try this out. And some of you might say that I'm being kind of critical. I may be, because it's the last restaurant, but I had the highest hopes for this one, to be honest with you, because this is the only one that advertises themselves as a steakhouse, so. It's not bad. I genuinely feel like it's slightly undercooked. It has a little bit of a char taste, really strong vinegary taste on it. The aftertaste is phenomenal. The initial is like a little bit unexpected. So this one's nice and juicy. It's very tender, very soft. A little bit of char taste in some of these areas because of how it's cooked. Skin, I'm not gonna try it. It looks really, really good. It looks slightly crispy on the outside. Perfectly cooked. There's no pink, like, you know, rawness at least in there. It is cooked really well. I don't know their obsession with freaking oregano on here, but unfortunately, it's just very strong taste of oregano. I like oregano, but you know, after trying this one and then after trying this one and having like a huge impact of oregano, when I got to the chicken, I think if I would have had this first, I would have appreciated it a lot more. All right guys, awesome. So here we are at the desserts. Let's go ahead and try these out. I'm gonna try a little bit of this and show you. It's crazy that their vanilla bean here is yellow. Like literally just straight up yellow. I don't remember the name of this and I apologize. It's literally vanilla ice cream with cheese, quesillo there, or flan, as well as some grapes there. But honestly, this is delicious. All right guys, so here's the last dessert. This is chocolate pavlova, I think is the name of it. This looks amazing. The way this was described, in all honesty, it just sounded like a tiramisu, but it's a sponge cake with coffee. It has like a ladyfinger on the bottom. It honestly just really sounded like tiramisu, but it's not the same texture as tiramisu. It's completely different because it's a sponge cake. It actually looks and feels kind of like a marshmallow, but let's go ahead and try this out. You have cacao on the outside. Tastes a little bit of coffee. Let's try the graham cracker or ladyfinger on the bottom here. Beautiful chocolate decoration there. Let's try the whole thing together. It doesn't really taste like tiramisu. The description is exactly like tiramisu, but it's honestly really nice and refreshing. As I mentioned, the sponge cake is very marshmallowy, but it doesn't have that insane marshmallow taste, like that really strong marshmallow flavor. And then the bottom is honestly like a graham cracker mixed with like a ladyfinger. It looks like it's just a layered cracker. But in all honesty, it's pretty good, especially if you get a little bit of this strawberry jam there and just mix it all together. It ends up being a really well-balanced dessert. All right, guys. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like all of these videos, these last couple of months actually. I think this is gonna end up being like a 2-month thing with all the videos that we were able to do while being here in Punta Cana. Honestly, this was an amazing, amazing experience. It was a very much needed relaxation of a vacation instead of the usual hyped up, go on tons of adventures every day type of vacations that my wife and I actually have not had for years. So I'm really happy with this. And honestly, I just wanna say thank you to you guys because it's because because of you guys. You know, the support that you guys have given me from when I first started my first video ever, which I think was like a Russian bakery, which I really need to redo that video again. Letter G, letter A, I don't know if you still watch, but I am looking to go back to that place and actually do a better quality video than I did back then. But with that said, we've grown so much in the last 3 years. It's been absolutely insane, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that have stuck with me. I appreciate every single one of you that are new every single week watching the videos. Guys, it means the world to me, and you know, if you guys like this content, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Don't forget to put the notification bell so you get alerted as soon as the new video is out. And please, please like the video. It really does help the algorithm quite a bit so the channel can keep growing the way it has been lately. It's been growing exponentially lately, and I really appreciate every single one of you that is helping me achieve the goals that we want. And that way I can keep pumping content out like this, where I could do some crazy trips, whether it's Punta Cana, maybe next time it'll be Korea or something like that. And we could really start showing off some of these amazing other places to eat outside of Orlando. But regardless, guys, thank you so much. Next week, I believe, we will be back in Orlando for you guys, and we'll start up our videos right where we left off. I've said it for the 1000th time. I can never say it enough. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. But guys, as always, I will see you next Sunday. And until then, let's just keep on eating.